大家好，欢迎回来到今天的嘉宾访谈环节。相信电视机前的观众朋友们都知道，不管呢您是留学生或是刚刚移民来加拿大的朋友，在这里生活呢，要过的第一关都是这个语言关。今天就请到一位专家跟我们聊一聊这个有关英语教学方面的话题。非常高兴，我们今天请到的是这个 Communicative English Center 的 founder Pira 和他的这个 Business Associate Ivy Lee。Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you are the founder of the Communicative English Center.
Yes.
Tell us more about the center.
All right. After working with so many people in the Chinese community, I learned that there's a great need in having someone helping people from this community integrate into English-speaking community. And based on my experience with this community, I learned that my method of teaching has been very successful, whereas in less than 7 weeks, less than 2 months, you can learn to speak with more confidence. The base of my program is helping with individuals considering their own level of education, their own need, and personality. Everybody learns differently, obviously, and that is something that we greatly focus on. We're very humble. So we do not offer classes where the teacher speaks or the instructor speaks all the time and the student is quiet. We're very interactive. Students do most of the talking. And one method that I use is transcribing lessons. So that the lessons are emailed to the students, and they have access to it all the time. One of my students very nicely said that I don't give them the fish, I teach them how to fish, and I really like that. It was a Korean student who actually mentioned that. Yeah.
And as Pira's business associate, Ivy 呢，她是可以讲中文的，然后呢，她可以把刚才 Pira， 然后包括他们这个 Communicative English Center 的一些教学的理念，给我们观众朋友们介绍一下。请。
Pira 最主要是教这个新移民的英文，它是非一般的教法，就是说你要懂最基本的英文才能够跟他学习，要不然是非常困难的。那么呢？一般上我会帮助 Pira， 就是有些学生是不会讲英语的，通过我帮他翻译，然后跟他讲解，然后推荐学这个 Pira 的课程。Pira 呢，他就很认真的教学，而且那些人如果是说发音不好啊，他就会把你的发音矫正，然后也教你怎么认识字。他的教法很特别，就是让你很容易学得上。跟得上，他很短的时间能够把你教到你能讲英语，这是非常特别的。
为什么呢？
因为他可能有他的不同的技术，那么呢，那些学生要知道呢，就要亲自来学一学，就会知道他为什么的特别了。他是用不同的媒体啦，不同的方法去教这些学生的。
So Ivy mentioned about your the specialties and teaching students in a very short period so that they can make a lot of progress.
Absolutely.
Yes. How did you do that?
Oh wow, it's been a journey. First off, I need everybody to know that I'm not an English teacher. I have an extensive background in business, in training, at various levels, and it's the life experience that I'm using that I have used in my method, and I use in communicating with my students. I mean, having this extensive experience in dealing with people, exactly. I learned that the major point is intimidation that students feel. The higher the education of the individual, the higher the level of intimidation. And what I work with originally, I mean, the basis of the program, as Ivy knows, is eliminating intimidation. We're very humble, as I mentioned earlier, and that helps with this very, very important step. my students become friends with me, and it's very, very important because they build a very quick level of trust with me that helps them get out of this feeling of feeling trapped in a society where they cannot communicate, where they cannot get ahead and become at the top of the game as everybody else is. But what I teach them is that you know a lot more than what you think you know, and that whereas in many programs people are taught that you don't know this, you don't know this, you don't know this, I teach them that you know this, you know this, you know this, and that is very very effective, very effective.
What kind of students are you having?
Well, I do have students who are most of them are professionals. Some of them are students who are seeking their own profession in Canada. Most of my students are newcomers or students people who have been living in Canada and they have their own professions for up to maybe 42 years. And they still don't feel confident. So they're professionals who go to meetings, they give workshops, and they don't know how to give workshops, they don't know what to say at a meeting. Obviously with these people I work on their confidence level. 42 years in Canada and studying at Ryerson University, working in your profession, your English is very good, you just don't know it. Mm-hmm. You just don't know it. And that's what I teach them.
And is that your the most successful sample? 42 years.
42 years being in Canada.
Yeah.
The most successful, you'll see it on my website, on my blog. You'll see it. One of my students who did not say a word in English knew the alphabet and knew a bit of grammar, but she's from Brazil. She's 28 years old, and she was extremely shy. She was scared of talking with anyone, and when I said, "Good morning, Hanata, how are you?" she would just go like that. You wouldn't even respond to how she was. She is the one who started speaking in less than 2 months. She took a full-time program, 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. We've shortened the program to 2 hours a day because people do have, time is a problem. Mm-hmm. She started by communicating with other professionals when I trained her in telephone conversation and her telephone interview, actually. And she's, I think, one of the most successful.
After 2 months of learning,
yeah.
She's capable of speaking out to...
Yes, communicating.
With confidence?
With confidence, communicating. That's the most important thing. Yes, it is a success story. In fact, she's coming to my house for barbecue tonight.
Most of our audience, they're Chinese immigrants to Canada, or like Chinese international students.
Yes.
So you have a lot of Chinese students.
Yes, I will. I have a lot of Chinese, Korean, Spanish-speaking, Russian students.
So you have totally different methods to teach them, like
absolutely.
For Chinese, for Korean.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us more about them.
Well, culture difference makes your learning obviously different. There's pronunciation and accent that is different in the two groups, and that is something that is addressed.
Okay. Ivy 之后还有什么要补充的吗？
补充的就是 Pira 他会用很特别的叫法，我在我们的办公室，我看到有很多人在加拿大住了很久，可是英文发音还是不准啊，还是不敢跟人家交流啊、沟通啊、讲话啊。经过 Pira 教了之后呢，他们的发音是准了很多，而且他们胆量也大了。就是 Pira 可以帮他们建立信心啦，就是说没有这个恐惧感，讲英语就排除了恐惧感，因为我们华人来自海外。
比较害羞，
就对讲英语有一种恐惧感，包括我自己初出来的时候也有恐惧感讲英语。其实我们英语都懂，就是不敢讲，越不敢讲就越不能讲， 那么 Pira 就很好，它就把你的恐惧感排除，提高你的信心，把你的发音发准一点，然后你就比较有信心能讲。所以呢，能够跟他学是非常好。而且呢，跟 Pira 学一个好处就是 Pira 不会讲中文，所以你非要跟他交流英文不可。
对。
所以这样，如果我们中国人来这边学英语，整天对着一个中国人学的话呢，可能中文倒进步了，英文退步了。所以你跟 Pira 学的话呢 ，Pira 的就是会讲英语，所以你英文会进步了。
想说什么必须想方设法用英文来表达。
而且他用不同的文化背景啊，不同的场面啊，去教你讲英语。
非常感谢 ，Thanks very much for coming to our show.
Thank you for having us.
电视机前的观众朋友们呢，如果对这个英语学习有感兴趣的话呢，不妨联系一下这个 Pira， 他们是这个 Communicative English Center。现在屏幕上出现他们的联络方式。再次感谢二位来到我们的节目 ，Thanks a lot. Thank you. 我们先稍事休息一下，广告回来再会。